Hi everybody, welcome back to the Ben Taylor podcast, the home of marine industry insights. This is part of a little series focusing on the Garmin family of brands, and this particular episode will focus on everything sound, as well as connecting to the other technologies that are part of Garmin and beyond. So we're here in the Garmin Sound Room at the METSTRADE exhibition with Kevin. Nice to see you, Kevin.
Nice to see you. Welcome back. Yeah.
Good. So let's have a bit of context. What is JL Audio about? What is Fusion about? And what do you guys do?
Well, Fusion and JL Audio are both brands within the Garmin portfolio. Fusion's been in the family for just over 10 years now. JL Audio we acquired 2 years ago, and so yeah, they're two of the market-leading brands of audio. With JL Audio, we've got our marine business, of course, which we're here for, but also car audio and home audio. So it's products that complement Garmin's wider portfolio really well, and products that we're really excited to show the customers here in the marine industry.
Yeah, and the marine industry audio, I think, is quite interesting or quite difficult to be good at, because you've got quite a testing environment, you've got all these custom setups, different shapes boats, all this kind of thing. So actually the demands on the product, the longevity, the kind of the expectations of the customer is really quite high.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, I've always had sort of an analogy that there's two types of marine customer, and that's people that want their boats to behave a little bit like their car, and people that want them to feel like they're home, and it depends, what sort of boat you have. But the thing is, for us, is that we build products that are made for marine, right? And we try and build in those touch points so they feel familiar, but engineered and dedicated to the marine space. Our marine products are just for the marine industry, and we try and provide solutions that are really ticking all of the pain points that you often feel with products in the marine environment. So everything from a piece of hardware, but from a tuning and acoustic point of view, we're delivering tailored solutions that really are customized for people's listening experiences on the water. So really focusing on how we make the best acoustic performance for that sort of marine environment, whether it's a sports boat or whether it's a cruising boat.
Yeah, can you get more into that? So say I want to understand the R&D that goes into these products before we see them on the market. So do you sit down with boat builders? I'm sure you've got your own audio engineers and things like that. What do those discussions look like? How much detail do you go to?
A huge amount of detail. Working with OEMs is a major part of what we do as the audio team here in Garmin, and so the boat builder partners are essential for us for product development. The sort of feedback that we get from them, it gets fed directly into our engineering teams, and results in some of the advancements that we've got here and some of the things we're showing. We've got engineering facilities down in Auckland, which is the Fusion team historically. We've also got some VHF engineers down there. We acquired Vespa, a VHF company, a few years back as well. So they're all together in the same engineering building now. We've got a facility in Miramar in Florida. That's where the JL Audio team were based.
Big marine scene as well.
Big marine scene up there, yes. And if you've been to the Florida boat shows, it is JL Central.
Yeah, I was going to say,
and it's no coincidence. And so we've got that team up there, plus our head office, our corporate head office, which is up in Olathe in Kansas, which, that's where a lot of the electronic side of things, and all of the NMEA 2000 side of stuff, where we've got all of the capabilities the rest of the business has had for a long time. So bringing those teams together on a global level results in some late night calls for me as I sit in the UK in the middle of those time zones, which is fun. But it's a good challenge to have, and it's they take that feedback really well. So it's really important for us to be at events like this and getting that industry feedback. So
I'm after more detail. So we're sitting down with a boat builder. They're, say, coming to market with a new model. Is it kind of studying the different areas of the boat, the shape of the hull, where the technology is all going to fit in?
Yeah.
Do you kind of advise and say, well, if you want a great audio experience, then consider these materials for the cabin? I don't know.
Absolutely.
Is it that
And
level?
it
what
goes on.
else would you
Yeah,
talk
it
about?
definitely does, and it goes on two paths from those sort of conversations. So we have a product development path, of course, and so those sort of conversations are what lead to us to design and engineer new products for the future.
Yeah.
But on a direct day-to-day level, we're talking to boat builder partners about what the acoustic environment's going to be like on their boat, getting ahead of the design phase of that boat to figure out where the best placement for that speaker is going to be, how we can make sure that it's got the right volume enclosure behind the speaker so that it has the correct back pressure, and really, working with that boat builder to look at the whole environment as a holistic thing. So not just, here's a pair of speakers, that's on the back. Here's another pair of speakers there on the bow.
Yeah.
Those two speakers will interact, and especially with JL Audio, we have a technology that we can use to analyze all of that in the real world environment. So that it's one of the big features of JL Audio that differentiates it from what we used to do with Fusion. With Fusion, we'd say this pair of speakers is connected to it, send all the perfect frequencies to that, and it would do its best. With JL Audio, we measure the outputs from each individual speaker when it's fitted in the marine environment, when it's fitted on that customer's boat, so that we can then analyze what's coming out of it in the listening environment. So if the pair of speakers is down by the customer's knees, which it often is because we have to compromise on the mounting locations around the gunnels and everything like that, then we can actually move the acoustic sensor up towards your ear level so that we're getting the best listening experience for whether customers are chilling out, drinking and having dinner at the table at the back, or whether or not they're having a party and want everything spread across the boat. We can tailor the acoustic environments for those listening preferences, and we can also now dynamically change it as well. So not just a case of let's just do this one thing, let's do multiple things and be able to change it on the fly.
Yeah,
so.
and it sounds like fine details when you talk about this stuff. It's been really cool for me to see the Garmin Sound Room here in METSTRADE and actually experience it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when you're sitting on the sofa here and you've got the speakers around you, you can hear.
Well,
you can hear the volume. That's fine. That's great. But then you kind of ramp up the quality and move around to different spaces. You can experience it, and it's a big difference.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's one of the things we're really blessed to have this space here, because it's rare at a boat show that we can kind of come here and let people experience audio in the way it's supposed to, which is in an environment which is suitable for doing it. Out on the stands it is great, but you stand in front of a basic display, you're not sat down, you're not sort of immersed in it.
Yeah, loads of different sounds from everywhere. So to hear
absolutely,
it isolates it, doesn't it?
It gives you a real impression of what it's going to be like on the water. And as you say, we've got a lot of integration in this room, so it's there's a lot of things that we're excited to kind of show people this year.
Okay, cool. And the name of the game, I suppose, with a lot of these technologies is integration.
Yep.
Connecting to multiple devices, whether it's all controlled from your phone or the speaker and navigation all in one MFD.
Yep.
How do you make sure all the sound system integrates to other systems? I know Garmin have Empire Bus, but it also links to NMEA 2000 and all these different bus systems.
Yeah. And that's the major change that we've made for this room from last year. Last year was the first time we were able to have this room, and it was an audio experience. It was a JL audio experience, and people could come in and listen to those different profiles. This year we've taken it that next step where we have integrated those acoustic profiles into your Garmin MFD using digital switching, so Empire Bus, connecting in the Lumishore lighting. So now, rather than just pressing a button and your audio sounds different whether or not you're watching TV or you're having a party mode, now we've got a graphical user interface that shows which speakers are active, which shows which areas you're listening to your music in and what sort of profile you're going to be entering. So the customer can completely customize that user interface to look exactly how they want for their particular environment. So whether, again, it's a rib or a 70-foot cruising boat, you're going to have the option to go into a graphical user interface on your Garmin MFD and select your audio profile or your TV mode. The lights will dim down, you'll be able to watch the music, your left-rights will be left-right in this orientation, versus party mode where it's going to be spread across. Your left and right might be, we've switched from being fore and aft on the boat to port and starboard. So you can do that dynamically on the boat. And to be able to do it through the Garmin MFD is just a much cleaner experience, a much more intuitive experience, and it's really.
I think the word here is mood.
Yeah.
You just go, what mood do you want?
Yeah.
That mood, and it just happens.
Yeah.
Because light affects it, sound affects
Absolutely,
it.
yeah.
Like basically all your electronics all around the boat.
Yeah, and
they all affect it. So mood, on that mood, done. Easy.
Right. And it can sound like a bit of a,
an overkill.
Yeah, but like nobody's ever been to the cinema and sat with the lights on, right? Like mood lighting is important.
As well,
lighting, and we were talking about it here in the hotel, the amount of money that's spent on the lighting for the rooms and all those sort of things, because ambience is essential, and lighting and sound and acoustics, they're two of the things that affect ambience the most. So it's really important for us.
Okay, super. Thank you very much for your insights.
Pleasure.
Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Good to see you.
I enjoyed it. Thank you. Everybody, if you enjoy content like this and it's useful to your business, make sure you're following here to see plenty more of it. All being well, we'll see you around. Bye for now.